Hello friends, in our last seminar we had seen how artificial intelligence, that is AI, is rapidly transforming almost every sector in industry and academia. We had seen how big automobile companies like Tesla and Mercedes are now using AI to produce next generation smart cars that can not just drive driverlessly but can recognize human face and can talk like humans too. We had also seen how social media platforms like Facebook had face detection and recognition capability. Even for banking sector, using AI is indispensable now to decrease cases of frauds like NPS, that is non-performing assets. The speed at which AI is capturing every sector, learning AI is the necessity of the time, else you may be left behind. A standard educational institute may charge you in lakhs for this education. But worry not, we are here to give you quality education on AI, that too free of cost. All you need to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon and select all so that you get all the alerts of our videos on YouTube. Information regarding the classes get updated on our Facebook page. This is our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/excellencia.ai.page. So please like this Facebook page to remain updated. Do you remember the definition of artificial intelligence from our first seminar? I am providing you the link to our first seminar in the I button above and also in the description box below. You may watch that video for better understanding of what AI is. I am reiterating the definition of AI here. So, the definition says artificial intelligence is a wide-ranging branch of computer science concerned with building smart machines capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. So, for recognizing human faces using artificial intelligence, we shall try to mimic human intelligence. How do humans recognize faces? When we see a human face for the first time, in our subconscious mind, we store the image of the face. Later on, when we see another human face, in our subconscious mind, we compare the second human's face with the image stored in our mind. If the two faces are similar, we get to know that the second person is actually the same as the first person. Now, how to store the image of a human face in our mind? Do we store the human face image as it is? Like if we dissect the human brain, will we get lots of pictures of humans seen so far? Like this? No, right? Our eyes see the human face. That signal goes to the brain. And brain processes that face image captured by our eyes and converts that image into some high-level code that gets stored in the form of some chemicals in the neuronal networks of our brain. Now, if you know the name of that person, that person's name gets tagged to that code also. After our first seminar on applications of AI got published, many of the viewers were motivated to learn AI. The viewers who contacted us are working in different sectors like banking, oil and gas. Some of them are IT professionals, some are teachers in schools and in colleges, and some are even students. They had different questions regarding AI. Like Raghav, he has asked, what is the basic eligibility criteria required to learn AI from your school, Excellencia? The answer is, we'd assume you have first good reasoning capability, and second, basic idea of mathematics from 10th standard. Yeah, that's it. It would be better if you have some knowledge of programming too. If not, don't worry. We shall teach you from the beginning. Another common question asked by some of our viewers is AI must be very tough. Can I do it? The answer is AI is not tough at all. Anyone, you, me, anyone can do it. The objective of our today's video is to let you experience the test of AI, to let you believe how easily you too can do it. So let's start with say face recognition. Remember our supercar from the science fiction movie Knight Rider that can recognize human faces? So today we shall see how AI enables a machine like car or a computer or a robot to recognize human face. Excited? Yes, I am excited. Similarly, the cameras capture the face image. Our computer program processes that image and converts that image into high-level code that gets stored in the form of some combination of numbers in the computer memory. Now, when the camera captures a new face image, that too gets converted to some high-level code by AI-enabled computer program. Now, like our brain, the AI program compares this new code with the previously stored code. If both the codes are similar, then AI program knows that the second person is the same as the first person. If the two codes are not same, then the AI program knows that the second and the first persons are different. Simple. In the same way, the AI program is fed with n number of faces tagged with n number of names. It converts them into n number of high-level numeric codes and tags them with the n number of names respectively. When a new test phase comes, it converts that too into a high-level numeric code. This new test code gets compared with the other previously stored codes. When the distance from the most similar code is less than a threshold, the test phase is tagged with the name of that most similar training phase. This is how face recognition is done. Simple, isn't it? And you were saying AI is hard. Now, two questions come. First is, how exactly AI converts images into codes? Here comes learning, machine learning. For the time being, you may assume that this module that converts a face image into codes is ready available and can be used as a black box. Now the second question is, how does AI measure if two faces codes are same? I will give you an idea on this today. Suppose we have measured two parameters per person given a group of girls. The parameters are weight and height. The table on the left lists these measurements for 16 girls. Now we can plot these two measurements per girl as a point in the two-dimensional graph on the right. The horizontal x-axis represents the height and the vertical y-axis represents the weight. For example, the girl with the height 5 feet 1 inch and weight 50 kgs is represented by this point. Thus, the 16 girls are now represented by 16 points in this two-dimensional graph. Now we can see these points have formed two clusters. The points representing smaller height are now in yellow color and the points representing taller height are shown in red color. Now observe one important thing here. Let us randomly pick two girls from say yellow cluster. Let us call them A and B. These two girls have similar heights. Both are short. Notice that the distance between the points A and B in the graph is small. Now let us randomly pick two girls from the red cluster. Let us call them C and D. These two girls also have similar height. Both are tall. Again, notice that the distance between the points C and D in this graph is small again. But the distance between the points A and C in the graph is very high. Also observe that the A and C, these 2 points are dissimilar in height too. One is very short and the other is tall. Here lies the principle of how AI measures similarities between two faces. AI represents a given face into an n-dimensional space. In our girls example, n equals to 2, and in our AI implementation of face recognition, n equals to 128. So, AI represents each face as a point in the 128 dimensional space, finds the distance between two faces in this 128 dimensional space. If the distance is small, then a tolerance, AI says that these two faces are same, else not. Cool? Now that you know the principle how AI does face recognition, let us see the actual AI program. Oh wait, do you know what a program is? Well, in a layman's language, you may say that a program is a set of instructions that you give to the computer to follow. How we humans generally give instructions to each other? We use oral or written instructions, right? For that, we have developed languages like English, Hindi, Spanish, etc. Each language has got its own grammar. Similarly, computers also understand specific languages like C++, Python, etc. Today, we'll give instructions to the computer using Python for recognizing human faces. Now, if we need the computer to execute a particular set of instructions repeatedly, instead of writing those instructions repeatedly, we write them once and ask the computer to use that once written instruction multiple times to execute that repeated set of instructions. We call this once written instructions, which can be called multiple times, libraries. By now, you have all the ingredients to run our first AI application, which is on face recognition. So, we need to first install Python, followed by some libraries. I have listed here the URLs for the tutorials on how to install these. OpenCV library is very useful for computer vision applications. You will need CMake and PEEP to install libraries like dleave and face recognition. We shall use the dleave model, which is already trained using deep learning. This model, when fed with an image, first detects the face in the image and then converts that into a high-level numerical 128 dimensional code. Face recognition, this library is the module that actually does the classification, that is, recognizes the test face by comparing it or finding the distance with the previously stored training face codes. There are different distance metrics. The most widely used distance metric is Euclidean distance. There are other distance metrics too, like static block distance, Hellinger distance, and many other. In fact, some distance functions may not be even distance metrics. In our previous example of girl's height and weight, we had used 2D Cartesian coordinate system. Have you heard about other coordinate systems like, say, polar coordinate system? The coordinate system or the distance function that will be used will depend on the AI application. In previous some slides, I guess you have heard about a lot of new concepts. See if these things are new to you. If these terms or concepts sound to be new to you, do not worry. We shall teach you all of these with utmost care, starting with how to install the softwares, how to debug the mathematical and statistical concepts required for AI, how to write or debug and run your own Python programs, and ultimately develop your own artificial intelligence applications. If you wish to learn all these, please write at excellencia.ai@gmail.com to enroll yourself for the 3 months beginners course. The only two prerequisites for this course is first 10th level mathematics and second good reasoning skill. That's it. The course disbursement is designed in such a manner that you can complete it at your own spare time. The classes will be available 24/7. Apart from the lectures, there will be hands-on and assignments which will be assisted in one-on-one basis. And finally, there will be an evaluation. If you pass the evaluation, you will get an appreciation later. All these will be free of cost. All that we want in return is to make you an AI expert. When our teachings will help you get better job or a promotion, that will be our biggest reward. Coming back to our face recognition application, I have written the program for you already. I shall explain this.